Most men think women will tell them when to make a move. They're wrong. She already has. With her eyes, her body, her silence. You just didn't speak her language. While you waited for her to say something direct, she was screaming at you through signals you missed completely. The woman sitting across from you right now. She's been giving you green lights for weeks, but you've been driving blind. Because when she wants you to make a move, her body shouts what her mouth will never say. Today, I'll show you 7 powerful attraction signals women give when they want you to make a move. Subtle, primal, and easy to miss if you don't know where to look. These aren't games. They're invitations written in a language most men never learn to read. If you value truth over comfortable lies, hit that like and hype buttons immediately. Subscribe to this channel and tell me in the comments what city you're watching from. I want to know where my strongest, most aware men are tuning in tonight. Signal 1. Her body moves closer, even when she's not speaking. Proximity is never random. When a woman wants you to make a move, her body betrays her before her mind catches up. She doesn't think about moving closer. It just happens. Her unconscious brain lowers every physical barrier between you two because attraction makes personal space feel irrelevant. This is evolutionary programming. For thousands of years, physical closeness meant safety, connection, survival. Her nervous system still responds to this ancient code. The limbic brain overrides social conditioning when desire is strong enough. Watch for this. She leans in during small talk, even when she can hear you perfectly, closing the gap from 3 feet to 18 inches without realizing it. She stands just close enough for your shoulders to brush when you walk, matching your pace so the contact feels natural. At parties, she somehow ends up next to you without planning it, gravitating toward your energy like a magnet. She sits closer on the couch than necessary, her knee almost touching yours, claiming the space beside you even when other seats are available. When you're both looking at something on your phone, she moves close enough that you can smell her perfume, feel her warmth. She finds reasons to stand behind you, letting her presence linger longer than needed, her body creating a protective bubble around both of you. In crowded spaces, she positions herself so you become her anchor point, using your body as her reference for navigation. She chooses the seat directly across from you at tables, maintaining the closest possible eye contact. Her body language opens toward you even when talking to others, shoulders angled in your direction. Her body is saying yes while her words stay neutral. This isn't a coincidence. This is biology working faster than conscious thought. She's testing the waters with every inch she closes between you. But proximity is only the beginning. The next sign happens before she even realizes it. Signal 2, her eyes betray her. Before her words, do eye contact reveals what words hide. When she wants you to make a move, her eyes become magnets she can't control. Dopamine spikes trigger micro-gazes, glances, and double takes that happen faster than conscious thought. The pupils are controlled by the autonomic nervous system, the same system that makes your heart race and your palms sweat. She has no more control over this than you do over your heartbeat. Here's what to watch for. She looks at you, looks away when you catch her, then looks back again within seconds. This isn't shyness, it's magnetic pull overriding social programming. Her eyes drop to your lips mid-conversation, just for a split second, then snap back up. When you're talking to someone else, you catch her watching from across the room, and she doesn't look away immediately when caught. Her pupils dilate slightly when you're close, a biological response triggered by excitement and arousal. She holds eye contact longer than necessary during normal conversation, letting silence build instead of breaking the gaze. She blinks slower when looking at you, almost like she's savoring the moment. When she laughs, she looks directly at you first, even in group settings. Her eyes seek yours during shared experiences, checking for your reaction. Her gaze lingers on your face when she thinks you're not paying attention. In mirrors or reflective surfaces, you catch her eyes, finding yours automatically. When walking past, her eyes track your movement even when her body faces forward. These aren't conscious choices, they're neurochemical reactions. Her brain is flooding with attraction chemicals, and her eyes are the window to this internal storm. Even more telling than her eyes is how she sounds around you. But here's what most men never realize. She's already decided. You just haven't been listening. Signal 3, her voice changes around you. Tone, pace, and pitch shift when desire is present. When a woman wants you to make a move, her vocal cords respond to nervous excitement in ways she doesn't plan. Evolution programmed this response thousands of years ago. The larynx literally changes shape under emotional stress, creating variations she can't consciously control. Hormones flood her system when she's attracted, affecting everything from breathing patterns to muscle tension in her throat. Her voice becomes her body's betrayal system, revealing feelings she might not even admit to herself. Listen for these changes. Her voice becomes slightly higher when she talks to you compared to others. This isn't baby talk, it's biology. Higher pitch signals youth and fertility on a primal level, an unconscious attempt to appear more desirable. Her laugh gets lighter, more musical, with genuine warmth instead of polite politeness. You can hear the difference between her real laugh and her social laugh. She speaks slower, like she's savoring the conversation, drawing out syllables longer than necessary, making simple words sound like poetry. Her tone becomes breathier, softer at the edges, almost intimate even in casual conversation about mundane topics like weather or weekend plans. She uses more pauses, letting silence hang between you, creating space for tension to build, her breath audible in the quiet moments. Sometimes her voice even trembles slightly during intense moments, nervous energy she can't suppress, her vocal cords vibrating with excitement. When saying your name, her voice drops lower, more personal, like she's tasting the syllables. She emphasizes certain words differently when talking to you, adding subtle inflections that don't appear in her other conversations, creating a private language meant only for your ears. Her volume decreases when others are around, forcing you to lean closer to hear her properly, transforming public spaces into intimate conversations. She clears her throat more often, a subconscious attempt to make her voice sound perfect for you, preparing her instrument before each sentence. Phone calls reveal this even more clearly. Without visual distractions, the voice changes become impossible to miss, her attraction flowing through the speaker unfiltered. She speaks your name more often than necessary, finding excuses to let it roll off her tongue. Her voice carries more emotion when talking about shared experiences, reliving moments with vocal warmth that wasn't there originally. This isn't acting. This is her autonomic nervous system responding to attraction. Her body is preparing for intimacy by making her voice more appealing, more vulnerable. She might not even notice she's doing it, but you should. And when her voice softens, watch what her hands start doing. Signal 4, she finds excuses to touch you. Touch is a primal invitation. When she wants you to make a move, she'll create opportunities for safe, intentional contact that test your response. This isn't accidental, it's strategic, even if subconscious. Her brain craves physical connection, so she manufactures reasons. Touch releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone that creates emotional attachment. She's literally rewiring both your brains for deeper connection. The skin contains thousands of nerve endings that send signals directly to the emotional center of the brain. Each touch is data gathering, measuring your temperature, your tension, your receptiveness. Watch for this. She brushes imaginary lint off your shirt, her fingers lingering longer than necessary, feeling the fabric and the warmth underneath. She touches your arm for emphasis during conversation, choosing moments when her point doesn't really need physical reinforcement, her palm resting just above your elbow. She gives you playful nudges when you tease her, using humor as an excuse for contact, her shoulder bumping yours with calculated casualness. Her handshakes linger 3 seconds longer than normal, her palm pressing warmly against yours, fingers curling slightly around your hand. She fixes your collar or adjusts your jacket, playing the helpful role while satisfying her need to touch, her fingers grazing your neck. She reaches across you instead of asking you to pass something, letting her body brush against yours, her chest pressing lightly against your arm. When showing you something on her phone, she holds it so your hands must touch, your fingers overlapping on the device. She guides you by placing her hand on your back or shoulder when walking through crowds, her touch firm and protective. During photos, she positions herself so your bodies connect naturally, her hip against yours, her hand finding your waist. She picks off food from your plate without asking, her fingers grazing yours during the exchange, creating intimate moments over shared meals. She high-fives you with unnecessary force, her palm slapping against yours, and staying connected longer than the gesture requires. Each touch is a small test. She's gauging your comfort level, your interest, your willingness to reciprocate. If you pull away or seem uncomfortable, she stops. If you lean into it, she continues. These aren't friendly gestures. They're invitations disguised as helpfulness. Physical signals aren't the only invitations, though. Sometimes her actions speak even louder. Signal 5. She creates reasons to stay near you. Time is the ultimate attraction currency. When she wants you to make a move, she'll invest her most precious resource, her time, in being where you are. This goes beyond coincidence into deliberate choice-making. Women are naturally protective of their schedules, selective about where they invest energy. When she consistently chooses your proximity, she's making a statement louder than words. She shows up early to places where she knows you'll be, claiming she happened to be in the area. She asks for help with things she could easily handle alone. Computer problems she could Google, heavy lifting she's managed before, advice on topics she knows well. She finds excuses to extend conversations that should naturally end, bringing up new topics just as you're saying goodbye. She suggests grabbing coffee after meetings that didn't require follow-up, turning professional interactions into personal time. She remembers your schedule better than you do and appears at the right moments. Your lunch break, after your workout, during your commute. She creates problems only you can solve, then thanks you extensively for solutions anyone could provide. She volunteers for projects or events because you mentioned being involved, suddenly interested in activities she previously ignored. She takes longer routes that pass by your usual locations. She changes her habits to align with yours, shopping at your grocery store, working out at your gym, frequenting your coffee shop. This is attraction in action. She's reorganizing her life to maximize time in your orbit. Every extra minute she spends near you is a minute she could spend elsewhere. She's choosing you, repeatedly, making you a priority disguised as coincidence. And when she invests her time, another subtle but powerful signal often appears. This is where most guys blow their chance. They think these signals are just coincidence. They're not. They're roadmaps. Signal 6. She mirrors your energy. Without realizing, mirroring builds emotional alignment. When a woman wants you to make a move, her brain activates subconscious bonding mechanisms designed to create synchronization between you. This isn't conscious mimicry. It's neurological attraction. Mirror neurons fire automatically when we're drawn to someone, creating involuntary imitation that signals deep connection. She has no control over this biological programming. Notice these patterns. She matches your posture within minutes of sitting down. When you lean back, she leans back. When you cross your arms, she does too, often within 30 seconds. She starts using phrases you use, adopting your speaking rhythm without realizing it. Your vocabulary begins appearing in her conversations with others. She laughs the same way you do. Timing, duration, intensity, all matching yours. If you gesture with your hands while talking, she starts doing the same. She mirrors your energy level, becoming animated when you're excited, calm when you're relaxed. Her breathing synchronizes with yours during close conversations, a phenomenon called entrainment that happens between bonded individuals. She adopts your pace when walking together, automatically adjusting her speed to match yours. If you touch your face or hair, she does the same within moments. Her emotional state shifts to align with yours. If you're serious, she becomes serious. If you're playful, she matches that energy. She even starts ordering similar food or drinks without discussing it first. This is her brain trying to create harmony, to prove compatibility on a biological level. Mirroring is the mind's way of saying, we belong together. It's involuntary, powerful, and unmistakable once you know to look for it. Scientists call this behavioral synchrony, and it only happens when attraction overrides conscious control. And if you notice this final signal, hesitation will cost you everything. Signal 7. She opens her world for you to enter. Attraction deepens when she lets you into her inner circle. This is the most significant signal because it requires emotional investment, not just physical response. When she wants you to make a move, she starts weaving you into her life story. Women are naturally protective of their personal space, their inner thoughts, their social circles. Breaking down those barriers requires genuine interest and trust. Listen for these invitations. She shares personal stories she doesn't tell everyone. Childhood memories, family dynamics, past mistakes, future dreams. She mentions future plans using we instead of I, unconsciously including you in scenarios that haven't happened yet. She introduces you to her friends casually, without making it feel formal or staged, seamlessly integrating you into her social world. She talks about her family with unusual openness, sharing details about relationships, conflicts, celebrations. She asks your opinion on decisions that matter to her, career moves, living situations, major purchases, valuing your input on choices that will shape her future. She remembers details from conversations weeks ago and brings them up naturally, proving you occupy mental space even when you're apart. She includes you in group activities without being asked, automatically considering you part of her plans. She texts you about random thoughts throughout her day, sharing the mundane moments that reveal who she really is. She shows you places that matter to her. Her favorite coffee shop, where she grew up, spots that hold emotional significance. She talks about her fears, her insecurities, her dreams, with vulnerability most people never see. This is emotional intimacy disguised as conversation. She's showing you who she really is, because she wants to know if you'll stay. Opening her world is the ultimate invitation. She's saying the door is unlocked, the path is clear, and she's waiting to see if you'll walk through it. And the next signal, it's the one she hopes you'll notice before the opportunity disappears completely. So the question isn't whether she wants you to make a move. The signals are there, written in a language older than words. The real question is, will you notice before the moment's gone? Will you read the map she's drawn with her eyes, her voice, her time, her touch? Or will you keep waiting for permission she's already given you 7 different ways? The woman in your life right now, she's not waiting forever. The signals have an expiration date.